Hello my loves, it's Liz Ann here from High Vibes Life. Little bit of a breeze going on right now. Let me just show you, which is nice. The dragonflies all up above me. So today I just wanted to do a really quick video on living from your heart. I get a lot of feedback of people, they're doing really well on not feeling depressed, and then they plunge again and they start feeling it and they start to panic a little bit and start to go, here I go again. And it's scary because depression can last a long time, and it's awful to have to feel like you don't have any zeal or zest for being alive and living. And so I want to talk a little bit about living from the heart, because when you live from your heart, you're happy. There's a big difference between living from the head and living from the heart. So the head, when we're living inside our head, we're judging things. We're judging things by they're either right or they're wrong. And when we're living from the heart, we're feeling into things. They either feel right or they feel wrong, or they feel good or they feel bad. And that comes from the heart. In the Christian Bible, it says that the heart is the wellspring of life, and to guard it with everything inside of you, it should be the number one thing that you guard is your heart, because out of it are the issues of life. That's where the wellspring of life is. And it's also the seat of the soul. So I wanted to go over 3 things that can help you to tap into your heart more and know whether or not you're living more from your head or from your heart. Because when you're living from judgment and from your head, you're going to feel drained. You're going to start to feel depressed, because the head is not where the wellspring of life is. The heart is. And when you're living from your head, you're judging things. And when you look around and you start judging yourself and you judge the world, you're going to a lot of times find a lot of things to judge negatively, and it's going to make you want to close up and shut down. The first thing is to feel into your life. Instead of asking yourself, should I do this or shouldn't I do this? Ask yourself, how do I feel and what do I need? Let that be your mantra, your constant mantra, that you ask yourself, how am I feeling and what do I need? Do I feel good or do I feel bad? If you feel good, what is it about this moment that I feel good and happy in? And just take note of what it is. A lot of times it's just that you're present and that you're really seeing the blessings around you, and you're not worried about something in the past, and you're not overthinking the future, worried about the future. You're being present. And then the next thing is to be creative. Creativity taps you right in to your heart, to that wellspring of life. So the more creative you can be, the happier you're going to feel. And there's so many ways to be creative. We can be creative like in doing art, right? Or like, painting or whatever. Or we could be creative when we put on makeup, when we do our hair, when we find jewelry to wear, when we're cleaning our kitchen and we clean our table off and we find something to put in the middle of the table that looks pleasing to the eye, or we're browsing through a store and we find a new thing to hang in our home, or setting the table a new way, or making a new dish, or serving something up creatively so it's more aesthetically pleasing. Creativity can be a part of every aspect of your life. It's not just something that you have to make time to sit down and do. You can find a way to be creative in every moment of your life and in every task that you have to do, and that will tap you into your heart. Another thing that'll tap you into your heart is, out of the wellspring of life, there's love in the heart. And so the more you bless things around you and send love to it, the more you're going to be happier and the more you're going to be tapped into your heart. That bill that comes in the mail, just bless it. When I got a citation, my first reaction was to be angry, but then I thought, no, that's a bad vibe. I don't want to go around with that vibe. And so I blessed the ticket. I was just blessing it. I was like, thank God for the police officers that enforce the law to help keep us safe. And, I just try to find things to be thankful about it. Another thing that the Bible teaches is to bless and curse not. And the more we go around and go, damn, yeah, blah, blah, we're not giving out those good, beautiful vibes into our life. And that giving out those vibes is what's going to attract those vibes back into our life to help us to feel better and to help us to live more from our heart. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is, again, another Bible precept, and it is about love. And one of the things that describes love as believing all things. And this to me has been so deep as I've meditated on that love believes all things. We're in a world that colors everything black and white. This is either true or it's not true. When something comes into our imagination, there is an element of truth to it as soon as it's there. So when you believe all things, you're like little children. Little children believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and the angels. Little children believe in the boogeyman. Oh, look, there's a little dragonfly saying hello. We want them to focus on the things that make them feel happy and make them feel safe. And so in believing all things, that's of course where we're going to put our focus, is on the things that make us feel happy and make us feel safe. And if that is believing in the essence of dragons and fairies, in other realms, in other dimensions, believe all things. When you imbue it with love and you believe all things, because you're coming from that heart space, that childlike space, it is going to make you feel happy, and it's going to add to your creativity, and it's going to keep you out of the doldrums of, I'm so bored with life. Because people become bored with life because they think it always has to be the same thing over and over and over, and they're afraid to use their imagination because they're afraid they're going to be labeled as somebody that has fantastical thinking or something. But who cares? People label you no matter what. So you might as well just have fun, be happy, and live from your heart. You ask yourself, how does this feel? And move toward those things that feel good, that resonate with you, those things that lift you, and away from those things that feel like they bring you down. And the more you create, the more you bless, and the more you believe in fairy tales and angels and other worlds and the constant evolution of life and expansion of life, the happier you're going to be, and the more you're going to be able to sustain that happiness.